Welcome to the video tutorial Basic Introductions to GCS. GCS stands for Geodetic Calculation Services. It is a web-based tool that can be used for the calculation of geographic aeronautical data and corresponding data validations. It is developed by Solitech Software Solutions. In this little video, you will learn how to use the basic functions of GCS. We recommend to watch this tutorial first before you consult other advanced tutorials. Okay, let's start. Once you are logged into GCS, you will see the start screen with the menu bar on top next to the Solitech logo. Open the calculation menu and select the calculation you want to perform from the list. In order to demonstrate the basic functions of GCS, which are applicable for all calculation types provided, we will use the direct calculation as example. The direct calculation allows you to calculate a point based on a given point, a bearing, and a distance. On top of each calculation screen, you will have the possibility to enter the input parameters. We will start with the given point and enter the data manually. You could also use the lookup function instead, which is explained in another tutorial. We enter the latitude first. For example, north 48 degrees 6 minutes. Note that it does not matter if you enter 6 or 06. Finally, the seconds 39.10. Now the longitude. East 16 degrees. Again, note that you do not have to enter the leading zeros. 34 minutes 15.02 seconds. If needed, you can enter the magnetic variation manually. Therefore, just uncheck the Compute checkbox. This makes the magnetic variation fields editable, and you can enter whatever magnetic variation you want to use for your calculation. In our case, we want that the system calculates the magnetic variation at the given position automatically. Thus, we will check the Compute checkbox again. In the next step, we enter the bearing. For example, 286 degrees. You can choose between true or magnetic, whereas true is the default used. Now we enter the distance. For example, 25.8 nautical miles. Other units available are kilometers, miles, feet, or meters. For some calculation types, like the direct calculation, you can also choose if the calculation is done on the ellipsoid or on the sphere. GCS supports the Ges.m.b.H ellipsoid. This is the one used and required by ICAO SARBs. Finally, in order to perform the calculation button has been used. Note that until you have not provided all required input parameters, the Calculate button will not be enabled. On the left-hand side below the input data, the calculation result will be shown. In our example for the direct calculation, these are the coordinates of the calculated point and the bearings, true and magnetic, from the calculated point to the given point and vice versa. Additionally, a UUID will be generated for the calculated point. The UUID generation is according to Ges.m.b.H specifications. This function is currently not further used, but may be in future when points are exported in a Ges.m.B.H format. On the right-hand side of the calculation screen, you will find a map that shows the input parameters as well as the output result graphically. You can click on the points on the map in order to identify them. In case you want to modify your calculation, just change the corresponding input parameter, for example the bearing, to 120.5 degrees. And press the calculation button again. In case you want to start from scratch with a new calculation, just use the Clear Values button. In order to provide us your feedback of any kind, reporting bugs, suggesting enhancements or new features for future versions, or simply let us know what you think about GCS, please use our Provide Feedback function, which you can find on the right-hand side below the map. Just enter a summary, a description, and the affected version you're using. The GCS version used can be found on the About page. Okay, so we are at the end of our little tutorial. You have seen the basic functionalities of GCS, which are the same for all the calculation types provided. For more specific information, please check out the other video tutorials available or the GCS user guide, which you can find on the adqsuite.io website. Thank you for your attention. Servus and goodbye.